Hey, so working towards your success strategy. So we've been looking at the CAM model, which is critical alignment model. It's a model that I use to help my clients achieve the dreams and desires that they want in their lives. So we've looked at environment so far, which is all about our being. It's all about the thoughts, the beliefs, the attributes and characteristics we need to bring to what it is that we want to do. It's all about the expectations we have of ourselves and other people as well. And now we're going to move into structure. And in the following videos after this, we'll be looking at implementation and people. So today is all about kind of organizing our brain, organizing how we're going to approach what it is that we're going to do. So let's take an example. Let's look at, say, business. Business is a huge umbrella. So let's narrow it down to a marketing goal. I want to have X number of likes. Maybe let's say we want 1,000 likes on my Facebook page. Maybe we're looking at that. So you want to look at. Actually, that's too specific at this point. So forgive me. Forgive me. Let's not go there just yet. I want to be more broad than that to begin with. So marketing, you might have. And this umbrella, your social media platforms, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. Each one of those would be a subcategory, and underneath those you might have your benchmarks for each one. And they can be how many posts you do a day. It could be how long you take to respond to each comment that comes through. It can be Sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. But you get the idea, those kinds of things. Then you've got your organic marketing, which is basically what I just shared. You're posting and you're doing it without paying for it. And you've got your paid advertising. What does that look like? How much are you spending a month? What are you hoping to get out of it? How many likes? How many engagements? How many leads? How many people are you expecting to convert? What does that look like? Who is your avatar? Do you have different ones? Then there's your branding that you're putting out there. There's also, let's have something else come to mind. So there's where you're doing it, the people you're targeting, the type of advertising that you're doing. Mind blank. Don't just hate that. So we're going to go with those, okay? And you can break each of those down. And like I said, we have benchmarks, things that you're aiming towards. Once you've got that sorted, great. And this is a good time to look at your goals. So you can have a specific goal for each of those social media platforms if you wanted. And I advise making them, I actually like to use SMARTer goals, which is Michael Hyatt's twist on the SMART goals. So he uses specific, measurable, achievable, risky, time key, exciting, and risky. Relevant. That's the last one. Exciting and relevant, because you're not going to do something that excites you and it's not relevant to you. Again, what's the point? It's not going to fit if it doesn't fit with your values, if it doesn't fit with your lifestyle and where you're at in your life. Forget it, no point, right? So specific. So instead of having something quite broad, which would be like social media marketing, you might go, okay, well, I want to market on Facebook. I want to do Facebook marketing. Great. You want it to be measurable. I want to have 500 likes by the end of the week. It could be longer than that, but let's say by the end of the week. That could be seen if that seems like a huge number to you. That might seem a little bit risky, but if you apply yourself, it's probably also really achievable. If you're doing paid ads, probably more likely if you're doing paid ads, you're likely to get that kind of result. So you might look, okay, look at paid ads, they're achievable. And if you're not sure if something's achievable, find someone who's already done it. And that will tell you if it's achievable or not. So achievable. Risky, so it's got a bit of a stretch on it. So you don't want to do something that's too big. I use Michael Hyatt again because I'm a big fan of his. So he was talking about golf. He loves golf. He said that you know, anyone who knows him would say, you're never going to be a pro golfer. And he's like, yes, I know. He's like, he does it for fun. He's not out there to be a pro. And he says it would be delusional to think that he would make it as a pro golfer. So that's too far. So he pulls it back and go, you know, and he might be like, okay, well, it's a different kind of goal within that sphere. All right. So you want it to be risky. So you want to have a little bit of a stretch. If it feels a little bit, oh, I'm not sure I can do that. That's okay. That's totally okay. It's good. Because if you push yourself, or when you push yourself that little bit further, you're more likely to hit the goal that you would probably aim for anyway. Whereas if you aim low, you still might not hit it, or you end up with a low hitting goal instead of reaching high. Like there's that saying that if you aim for the stars, you might still hit the moon. You've still got a long way, right? So aim for the stars, and if you land on the moon, great. Time key, so you want to have a time frame in there. By the end of the week, by this date, by this time, so that you've got something to, otherwise how do you know? If you say I want 10% more likes than I did last week, okay, great, well, when do you know you've hit that? Is it okay if this happens in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5? So you really want to have a time key thing on there. Exciting, like I said before, to inspire you, to get you up in the morning, and relevant to make sure it fits in with your lifestyle and where you're at in your business in terms of marketing. Okay, so have smarter goals, and those are great, and they can also be your benchmarks. So like, for example, maybe you also want to have a goal around how quickly you respond to comments. Like perhaps you have a benchmark, okay, I want to respond to comments within an hour. What does that look like? I want to have posts up every day have a post on every social media platform by this time. Maybe once a week I go through all of my social media and I schedule it for the whole week. Whatever your benchmarks are for you, they will be unique to you. What I advise you do is set yourself a minimum on your benchmarks so that you build up trust with yourself. So for example, if you just say you want to commit to an hour of social media work a day, make it half an hour, because then if you don't achieve that if you don't achieve that hour, but you achieve that if you achieve that half an hour, you're good, right? But if you set yourself an hour and that hour is actually a bit too much, you're going to beat yourself up, but that's not the intention here. So look at that too. And this is a really good one if you're studying too. If you're trying to study every day or do something every day for so long, halve it, so that you build up that trust with yourself. You can always extend it later down the track as you get better, but whatever it is you think it is now, just halve it. Make it easy. Make it doable. So once you've got all of your categories and your benchmarks set out, you're ready to rock out into the how, which is your implementation, and that's for the next video. So if you found this useful and helpful in any way, shape or form, please let me know. If you've applied this and found it really helpful, please share so that other people can get benefit from it. If you'd like to make sure you don't miss a video, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell button so you don't miss a trick, and feel free to check out my other videos, which I'm sure you'll also love as well. So have an awesome, epic, wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.